Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Oreo and Fred, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Oreo's ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give the correction, and the only correction that we give is a tug and let go on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Oreo is going to come home with her very own training equipment, and you'll be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session. Now, she is sitting very nicely at Fred's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done, and the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. The command is Oreo, heel, and at this point Oreo has a job to do, and that's not to drag you down the street, to match pace with you, to stay with you at your left, and each time that you stop walking, she sits automatically without being told to wait for her next command. So this makes walking your dog a pleasure, and if she's going to be in a home in the city where she has to be walked, this is a very important exercise. Now, the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, we do not use her name. The long sit stay when you're practicing at home can start out at about 1 minute and work up to 3 minutes. And this develops self-control. When Fred returns back to her, he walks all the way around her, returning all the way back around to heel as an additional distraction, and they take off heeling again. And when you have a young pitty girl like this, you definitely want her to be well under control when walking on the street. Nice automatic sits when you stop, so that she's always acting like a little lady for you.
Okay.
Fred leaves her in another sit stay. And remember, you're going to lengthen out these stays, and you can forward this video to whoever is fostering or adopting her. This time, instead of returning back to her, Fred's going to call her. He uses her name in a happy voice, and she's been taught to come and sit right in front of Fred facing his knees, and then she goes back to heel and back sitting. Good girl. And we're going to demonstrate that recall exercise again for you. She's really done a great job here at school. She's going to make a wonderful, wonderful pet for someone. She's beautifully trained. She's beautifully housebroken, crate trained. She's a great little girl, and somebody's going to be very fortunate to have her.
Okay.
Fred leaves her in another sit stay. He's going to use her name, and he's going to call her in.
Come.
Very good. We have a kamikaze squirrel back here that she's looking at. And they start heeling again. And Fred just distracts her from that distraction very quickly and keeps her moving so that she doesn't have a chance to react. Now, the next exercises that we're going to demonstrate for you are her down commands, and there are 2 of them. The first one, with your dog seated at heel position, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down and stay.
Okay.
Now, the squirrel is gone, but she thinks it's still here.
Down.
And this is probably not a bad thing for you to see on video, because she's still doing the command even with the distraction. Your long down stay is for 3 to 5 minutes, and when Fred returns back to her, he walks all the way around her again as an additional distraction. He's going to make her complete this exercise even with the squirrel.
Down. Stay.
She has to complete the exercise as it was taught. All the way back around, he gets her refocused, gives her a pat for praise, and they take off healing again. And we will demonstrate that down again. I was trying to find the squirrel, but it appears that he's gone. She just doesn't know he's gone. She's just very prey motivated, and that's just who she is. Little small animals are not her thing.
Down. Stay.
Good. So practice these downstays right in your house. This time Fred's going to call her in,
Oreo, come. Good girl.
praises her on the way in. She comes in and sits. And she goes back to heel. Very good. Now the last exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the down from a distance. Fred's going to leave her in a sit stay.
Stay.
He's going to turn out and face her. He's going to use his right hand to give the command.
Down. No.
Now she didn't go right away, so he said no and repeated the command. And she went down perfectly. Now we have demonstrated all of Oreo's formal obedience training with distractions, which I didn't anticipate, but we had them anyway. And Fred worked her right through it, so that for future reference, you know that she can be under control, even with the distraction of small animals in her proximity. And we have enjoyed having her. She's a great little girl. We wish you a lot of luck in rehoming her, and thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.